It's I think that is pretty crazy in a sense where the father took out his time and had someone to actually record the whole entire video from the beginning to the end, pertaining for him to actually quote unquote discipline his daughter for her actually having sex within his own household. He could have done, my thing is that, my psychological analysis from my standpoint, he could have done that in private. And another thing too, I think parents, they pass down the ancestral chastisement, should I say. What do I mean by our parents pass down the ancestral chastisement? As far as just whipping them with a leather belt. It's just in a different form, or should I say different material now, in which they utilize. But they doing the same exact thing that was done unto their ancestors. So that is no discipline, should I say, whatsoever. Parents need to understand that whatever they are doing to their child pertaining to discipline is really affecting them. You see, like for example, children who have been disciplined, quote unquote, pertaining to whoopings and everything, they still do the same thing in school in which they was doing previously. Because half of the times in which they act up and act like a fool and everything in nature of things, it's coming from a lack of love in which they really need from their significant parent or their significant mother, whatever the case may be. You gotta understand that most of the times what people do and what people say is out of a lack of love in which they previously have not received within their past lifetime whatsoever. So we must have a clear understanding of that too. And we as the now ancestors, should I say, the present ancestors, we cannot discipline our children and it's pertaining to whoopings whatsoever, because that's a passed down ancestral chastisement, in which I would say that is not discipline. We should really sit down and have a dialogue, okay, about why did you do, you get what I'm saying, and what do this derive from. I'm not saying that we should not whoop them every single time, but everything do not resort and everything do not need to be handled in that manner, should I say. It should not be handled in that manner whatsoever. It should be other forms of discipline that should be created. I would say that also. It should be other forms of disciplines and what should be created. Every discipline does not need to actually go back to that. You get what I'm saying? And it's really crazy once you think about it. It's really crazy once you think about it. And for the nerve of him probably giving confirmation of saying that, hey, post this on Facebook and everything so we can remind parents of what's going to happen. Just an ideal if their child do this within our own household. You get what I'm saying? I think that's not only you embarrassing your daughter, you're embarrassing yourself and everything. You get what I'm saying? Because what you're doing pertaining to your child, disciplining them or whatever the case may be, should not be held on social media. It shouldn't be held on social media. But everything in which we do, we always want to record and record and record. We really hurting ourselves and everything. And I bet that video is getting shared multiple thousands of times. So we at a point within our lifetime, should I say, that we are so numb to the things in which we see that's really hurt, detrimental to us, should I say, that we just post it and post it and post it even more. And we just become even more numb to it now, and it's like, it's crazy, man, I would say. But I think that he should just handle that situation in private, you know what I'm saying, without, social media being involved within it too, you know what I'm saying, because you can actually go to jail for physical abuse pertaining to your child, you get what I'm saying, and for that to be actually on, social media and everything, I only could predict what the outcome and the results that would happen to that young man or that young brother, should I say, disciplining his daughter, But I just leave you guys with that, man. I think that parents should actually just come up with different forms of discipline and do things in private, not have social media, the eyes on them and everything, because anything that's like of that kind of magnitude, should I say, other people will find out about it, because it's easier at times for someone to actually speak upon something that's negative, that doesn't have, no kind of positivity within it, than it is something that's positive, because people could speak upon that more and more and more, whatever the case may be. On that note, peace and love.